talk to you guys about my teacher.
Right.
Because he gives me ideas how to use ancient wisdom to apply to day-to-day life. So he says only three rules. That is, the state you put yourself in. Always, if you put yourself in a state of peace, for me, the way he calls it is place where the thought doesn't allow you to feel that emotion inside. So he calls it unclutching. Let's say, like, you're driving a clutch
Right.
car. Don't clutch, you hold your clutch, release. So thoughts, he says, is unclutching. But if I have to phrase it another way, is the state you're in determines what feeling you're going to feel, right? So grace is the only place, gratefulness is the only place. And I'm going to bring it back. Why? So the second step, he says, is use whatever wisdom that's available in ancient time, and then bring yourself into ability to create what you want. Like what you're saying is, I want to create a nurturing mother, right? So he says you can create that, but you have to give yourself, like, see how you said your sister is really in beck and call. Essentially, she's doing it, but another way, right? And she's achieving a little bit better results than you, right? So essentially, both of you guys are doing the same thing. You're doing one way, she's doing another way. So that doesn't mean you're bad and she's bad. But I feel the truth is in the middle. Okay. So this, we were doing the session, and afterwards, like, the actually ended up being, it was a rerun workshop. I didn't realize it. But because that kid died, I wanted the workshop to be done in that space so I can heal his spirit.
Yeah.
So I was doing the workshop, and the energy was beautiful. Oh my God. I loved it, that space he created for us. But at that point, there was somebody who raised a question saying, he's not there, it's a rerun. Like people were like, throwing out comments.
Yeah.
But I could feel him in energy. Like, it's almost like he was sitting and watching us. That's what it felt like. Like when somebody is in the room, you can feel the elephant in the room, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you hear a jingle, I am there. That's kind of the feeling I was getting. So then she was saying how salt is associated with gratefulness. This other girl. See, that's why when you shed tears, right? It may sometimes like soothing inside because, like, that compassion space opens up. But if somebody else sheds a tear for us, it's even beautiful, right? But the whole world, God is weeping through his ocean, and that's why we feel grateful when we go to the ocean. Think of it that way. So she was saying salt is a space to be grateful, and that's why people who have adrenal issues, salt is running low, they get fatigue, tiredness. It kind of makes sense. So then afterwards, like, I came across this mythological figure in India. That's the place I was born. That's like the presiding energy there. He apparently, like, comes across the story, the legacy is there was this plant, holy tulsi basil. Have you heard
Oh,
about
you told me about that.
holy
Yes.
tulsi basil? She really wanted to marry this god. Like everything in India mythologically is about god, goddesses. So this plant fell in love with pervasive consciousness. So she says, see, redwood is in the state of consciousness. That's why it's up near the cosmic cloud, right? So let's assume, like, a little herb fell in love and wanted to be like a redwood, kind of like think like that. So she wanted to be with cosmic consciousness, and she fell in love. So God gave her permission to come drop into his temple so she can grow in his faith. So we can paraphrase it in human terms, but this is what they say about legacy. So when she was, so then there was a king who came by, and he wanted really to have a child, like how you are saying, right? So the god said, in the lap of this plant, the baby will be born, which is another blessing, right? Like, so let's assume the baby was thrown, like I'm saying in modern day, it will be left in front of a convent, but let's do it the other way because it's more fun for kids. So the baby child was found in the lap of this holy tulsi basil, and so she happens to be the goddess of abundance. Goddess of abundance plays two roles in life. The first time is she gives you the ability to have divisive, selfish nature, and she's called Maya, illusion, paranoid. Like when you smoke pot, that comes out first, and then the joy comes later. So the other side is abundance. The abundance only will come out if you are integrated to your truth. Let's say you speak something and you walk your walk, then only the abundance will be given to you. So it's kind of saying you feel rich because you feel you did right, you know. It's a kind of like that. So that's why they have Trishu, which is like three arcs like a trident they'll have. Because the middle part is the truth in the middle. One side is divisive selfish, one side is the abundance and wisdom. So the goddess was born and the king was told, wait and God himself will come and marry her. So apparently the god wanted to test this king's ability to be truthful, so he appears in a form of a very old man. Even though the king promised to give the child to God himself when he appeared, but when he takes a look at this old god, he's saying, "Oh my God, my daughter deserves better," right? I mean, I can picture that easy. So this old man, who happens to be the god, wanted the hand of the child. Meaning his younger daughter, and he couldn't tolerate it. But at the same time, he promised him. So he says to him, "I will give you my daughter, but she wouldn't cook properly, and she would cook without salt." So, essentially, he wanted a way out, maybe. I don't know. The God says, "From now on, I'm going to eat without salt to satisfy your daughter." And in his temple, they never cook with salt. But what I paraphrased afterwards was, I thought, how beautiful it is. God is going to love me even if I'm selfish. Okay? With salt, if it is associated with. And then my dad, because I was born in that place where the temple is held, my soul felt hungry to see this picture, you know. So I spent like an hour looking for him. I said, "Please, I want to see you. I want to see you." And actually, during meditation, I was shown a blue color. And when I went to the temple, interestingly, they had this blue bangles. I was not even looking for blue bangles. I was looking for one bangle. So I only found the red one. So I was telling the priest, I said, "I really need that bangle," because they give it as donations. There's somebody prays, like rosary beads you swap. So they say, "I'm picking up everybody's karma. I'm working." That's the way. So people leave it alone. But I don't mind working with karma. I love it. You know, so I picked up the red bangle. So the priest gave me all the blues, which I saw in the meditation already, because the God told me, "Look out for this. I am going to give it to you." And I never wear blue because it's not my favorite color.
I'm the same way.
So I'm finicky because I'll only pick green. But he already warned me he's going to hang on to blue for me because blue is the color of the sky, and Krishna, who is the avatar, is connoted with sky. So he was telling me to pick the blue, and I wouldn't have picked, but because of the meditation, I picked. And then the priest says, "Don't open your mouth, don't say anything." He says, "Keep walking." He says, "Otherwise I have to listen to you." And he feels the commands, my meditation stuff. He gets freaked out by all the stuff I do. He says, "Go away, go away." He shoot me. And then actually I went to the dollar store. I found that my husband went last year to Arizona. And I told him I only will wear Rudraksha. So I told him match or something, then I'll wear. So he bought this all the way. I went to dollar store. They had one. God matched it.
Really?
Here in Discount Valley. Isn't that funny? And he also gave me my turtle. This is $1. This is my husband's fancy turquoise. So I feel my dollar meets God meets my dollaritarian budget. So then I wore the blue, and then come to find out when I took the picture, he wears a robe made with blue color. He matched this with his robe.
I like that.
So it kind of felt like a completion. But one thing I learned from that is to be holding a space of gratefulness. No matter how people treat me, this God and the energy is saying, like, watch out for people who will be ungrateful, and I'm going to be there for you. So I'm going to give you the same gift I received last night with this meditation, which was, I found this. I love this God. His name is Uppaliappan. Oopilli. Uppuli means uppu, puli. Uppu means salt. Puli means tamarind. And usually that is in that AJ's Texas. Workshire.
Worcestershire.
Yeah, I don't know how to
Something like
pronounce
that.
it.
Yeah.
But every sauce that is seasoning is made, mozzarella steak seasoning.
Yeah.
Everything has the salt and tamarind.
Yep.
And he chose to give up those two for this girl. So in his temple, when you offer gifts, he only takes gifts of salt packets and the tamarind. They don't usually put tamarind, but like as though a sign of us giving, because he only gave up salt. I shouldn't say tamarind. But they call him Uppuli Appan, which can be connoted as one who is incomparable, because there is two connotations. In Sanskrit, same word will have three meanings: singular meaning, plural meaning, and multiple meanings. So plural, not plural, singular, dual, and plural.
Yeah.
So it could mean salt and tamarind, or it could mean one who is not comparable. But they always offer salt as its present, because they are kind of giving up salt too.
Right.
And in retrospect, I am understanding they are giving up being grateful and still getting the grace. So I feel that made me feel very humble. I said, oh my God, I used to think my dad never loved me. But what I'm understanding is, how is it possible he raised me all this time and me not grateful for him providing a roof over my head, a food to clothe. But my thinking was, he needs to give me a hug in addition. That's exactly where you're at. So what I'm saying is, be grateful.
And I am. That we never were in homeless shelters. We never had to be scared that we weren't going to find a place to live. But the places we lived were with her new boyfriend. This is my brother.
So what I'm saying is, give her a hug every day, whether she likes it or not. I know it is hard. Do it without words.
I did it when I left the house.
So what I'm saying is, she doesn't need to understand, and buy a bangle for her, $1 bangle.
I bought her I bought her one of these the other day.
Nice. You know why? In India they say, "Mom, can you be my bangle?" That's a song. So what I'm saying, she doesn't need to know. Buy a bangle that will be same color like her and yours, and when you jingle, know that your mom is jingling there. That's another. That's one thing I do. I when I wear, I think of my mom, because she, in India there's a song, "Mom, would you not be my bangle?" So whenever I wear bangle, I feel I hold her in my heart. So I feel as I'm hearing her.
I could do that. I could do that.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. You know that? You're a good kid in my eyes.
Yeah.